Hey guys, now let's play Minecraft here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of the Minecraft show. Today I'm bringing you one of my heroes of Redstone. He's made countless famous videos which have gone all over the YouTubes, and well, why don't you introduce yourself? This is Sethbling, everyone.
Hey guys, I'm Sethbling. I run a Minecraft channel. I basically just do everything having to do with Redstone and the game's mechanics, do lots of video games, and just science and everything technical about Minecraft.
And I guess we'll go right back to the beginning. How did you start making videos about Minecraft?
Yeah, so I go on Reddit a lot, and Reddit has a really active Minecraft community.
Yeah.
And so there's part of that called Minecraft Inventions, and people would basically just, talk about things that they invented, and people would upload videos there, and so I thought it'd be really cool, because I had started playing around with minecarts and redstone and stuff. Yeah. So I wanted to do that. I looked around for how to record, and I found Fraps, which is basically what everyone uses, Fraps. Yeah. And it cost $38, but I was, okay, I'll just buy it and whatever. And so I uploaded a video and put it on Minecraft Inventions, and I think a couple people liked it. Yeah. But then I was like, okay, I've got this $38 software, I gotta get my money's worth. So I just kept recording videos because I wanted to get my money's worth, and people actually started subscribing, which at the time I had no idea. I wasn't involved in the YouTube community at all. And so I was pretty surprised by that, but people just kept subscribing, and it just all kind of blew up from there.
Yeah. And how did you start getting into Redstone and game bugs specifically?
Yeah, so at first, there were these minecart booster systems, and they kind of scared me, with how complex they looked. But I decided that I just wanted to take the leap and get into it, because I mean, I'm a practical guy, and so when I was playing Minecraft, I wanted useful things. So I thought a minecart system would be really useful.
Yeah. So
I started getting into boosters, and basically that's where it started. I started using Redstone to control my my minecart systems. But from there, once I figured out how Redstone worked, I started doing some more stuff and more complicated ways to control minecarts, that's how I got started anyway.
Yes, yeah, and it sort of went from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how did you start making games in Minecraft? So your board games and stuff.
Yeah. So I saw all these flat worlds that everyone else was doing.
Yeah.
And I figured out that they were using MC-Edit to do it, or other similar software. So I downloaded MC-Edit, and I thought it was really cool how you could do so much cool editing. And I figured out that one of the things you could do is you could make Minesweeper with it. That was my first real game, Minesweeper, and you could just copy and paste all the different numbers. And so Minesweeper actually ended up getting on Digital Diamonds on the Minecraft forum, and it was kind of what made my channel start out. It was the first big video that I did. So once I did that and saw that there was a lot of positive response to that, I realized that there really weren't a lot of video game recreations out there, and that I had a lot of ideas for how to do those. So so that's how I did it, and I've gotten so much positive response that I always look for ways that I can just add in more video games to my channel.
Yeah. And obviously, this is probably a very asked question. How did you learn to use Redstone to the standard you are today?
Yeah, I started out, like most people, just reading the Minecraft wiki.
Yeah.
Looking up some of the circuits on there was useful, and that's definitely how I started out, but really just experimenting and playing around with it has taught me a lot more than just reading articles on the Minecraft wiki or looking at circuit diagrams. Well, once you understand how Redstone works, it's really pretty easy to just get in there and experiment and try things until you figure out something new, or you figure out just cool ways to combine different components. And it's just, I think experimenting is the best way to do it, just trying it out for yourself.
Yeah. And what would you say is your favourite creation that you've done so far?
Yeah, my favorite creation is probably the 11 color display on the map.
Oh yeah.
I think
that
was something that people had been trying to do for basically since Redstone came into the game, and people have done a bunch of 2-color displays, on or off with redstone torches or with pistons or whatever.
Yeah.
But being able to actually control, basically full color images with redstone is really cool. And there hasn't been too much done with it so far, but I'm hoping that more people pick it up because I think it's got a lot of potential for some really cool stuff.
Yeah, definitely has. Like we saw the digital watch that you featured on your channel.
Yeah, digital watch.
That was very clever.
Embarrassing badgers.
That was awesome. That was brilliant. And how do you go about planning a redstone creation?
It really depends on the creation. A lot of them. Well, so in a lot of my videos, the redstone actually isn't very complicated. With Angry Birds, there's like a wire coming from a button, and it's going to a couple of RS Snorlashes, and that's all there is. Which, if you're any amount of competent with redstone, you can figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
So the like, I don't think it really requires that much planning. It's more just I have a goal in mind, and I want to get there, and just the engineer in me kind of, builds around the end goal that I have. And it's usually very organic.
Yeah.
I sort of start building something that looks kind of like what I want to get, and then I'll add all the redstone and whatever else I need to as I'm going, just to make it work. And sometimes I'll have to rebuild because I didn't plan very well, but usually it just works out.
Yeah. And what would you say is the most difficult creation you've done?
Difficult. I have to think about that for a sec. A lot of the instant wire stuff was really challenging.
Yeah.
Because there are some pretty complex rules that guide how instant wire works.
Yeah.
And just doing all the exploration that I need to do to figure out the rules behind how the game treats redstone and updates, it took a lot of mental effort to just get through that.
Yeah.
The results were really good, so that was probably my most challenging.
Yeah. And apart from redstone, you do a lot of bug exploiting. How do you go about finding a bug?
Usually I just see them while I'm doing whatever else, building some stuff. Today I came up with a video about how to cheat your way through Bedrock.
Oh yeah, with the boats.
By using boats.
Yeah.
And that actually came about because I was working on this sort of underwater maze thing for a project that's hopefully coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I realized that if somebody wanted to, they could cheat by just placing a boat, and I realized that you could just apply the same principle to, even though that was underwater, you could apply the same principle to
land,
to Bedrock or whatever else. So I usually don't go looking for bugs. Sometimes I'll notice something and realize I have a very good kind of knowledge of the game's mechanics, and so when I see something out of place, I know how to exploit it because I understand how it's going to work with the rest of the game's components.
And has Notch ever directly responded to bugs that you found?
Notch hasn't, to my knowledge. Jeb has. He's actually been kind of he's officially been the lead developer for now, like a week or so. But he's pretty much been the lead developer for several months, and he did respond. When I put out my 55 bugs in 3 minutes video, he actually I tweeted him and he responded to that eventually, and I think that there's a lot of bugs that are in the game that are going to stay bugs, and it makes it a little bit hard because you have, on the one hand, you have things like boosters that a lot of people were using, a lot of people liked, and that they took out of the game eventually. But I think there's a lot of just other bugs that are pretty useful that it's unclear if Mojang ever intends to fix them. So, that's the response I've gotten from Mojang. We'll see.
Yeah. And what would you say is the weirdest bug you've found?
I've seen a lot of weird bugs. I guess there's this bug where if you have a half block in front of a dispenser and it shoots an arrow, you can pick up the arrow from like a few meters, like 10, 15 meters away, and there's these weird boxes that aren't like chunks. I have no idea. This bug doesn't seem like any other behavior I've seen in the game, and it's pretty bizarre. And I made a video about that a while back, but it's really weird. I don't think it has that many practical uses or anything, but it's just really weird behavior.
Yeah. And you recently went to Minecon to be on the creativity with Redstone. How was that?
That was so much fun. The panel was great. I got there 15 minutes early because that's what they told us to do, and the room was already overcrowded. I heard the capacity was like 500 people, but I was blown away. I didn't expect that at all. I kind of thought that there'd be a few people there, and I don't know. I was kind of scared that there wouldn't be that many people there, but people really wanted to hear what we had to say, and I felt really bad that some people couldn't get in, but there were a lot of pretty good questions, and I think some people learned some stuff. And I've actually got that video, the whole panel up on my channel.
Yeah. And did you enjoy meeting up with the other Redstone lovers that were paneling with you?
Yeah, so Tabby Ryder was on the panel. I had suggested him to be on the panel after I found out that I was on the panel, and he's kind of one of my heroes for Redstone science. He just does such a good job of meticulously figuring out how the game works through the scientific method, and so I was really happy to meet him. I spent a lot of Minecon hanging out with him, and Kishar was also really fun to meet because he was one of the first really big Redstone people. He figured out a lot of stuff about cannons and all these other interesting things, and so it was cool to see both of them. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed hanging out with those guys.
Yeah. And how many fans did you meet, and did you enjoy meeting up with them?
Yeah, I was sort of scared that I had two fears with that. One is that nobody would recognize me at all, and that I would just be like, "Oh, I'm wearing this bling for nothing," because I wore a bling the whole time. And my other fear was that I would be swarmed the whole time. I didn't think that was that likely. And it was a happy middle ground is what actually happened. I got to meet a lot. I think I probably gave out like 40 or 50 autographs.
Yeah.
And which was I didn't even expect to give out autographs. That took me by surprise when the first fan asked for that. But it was good, and people said hi, and we talked a little bit, and then I was left to see the rest of Minecon. So I was really happy to meet all the fans. That was fun.
Yeah, and what sort of things did you sign?
Oh, mostly it was like the backpack that everyone got at Minecon, but some people had like those foam swords or like TNT blocks, or I think I signed a shirt or two. Yeah, it was just kind of random stuff.
And what sort of stuff did you bring back from Minecon?
There was some swag. I brought back the normal swag. Actually, I have it right here. I got a Jones soda bottle. Let me see if I can get this up here. It says Minecon speaker on it. I don't know if
Minecon speaker. Speaker?
Yeah, speaker.
You said it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. So, that's kind of cool. And I didn't bring back too much else. Memories.
Yeah, that was my next question, actually. I was going to say, what would you say is your... I know it's going to be hard for you. What would you say is your best memory from Minecon?
Best Minecon... I don't think there was any one part... I mean, the panel was really good.
Yeah. I
guess that's probably the best. There was just so much... Like, I got to meet so many people, hanging out with Tabby Ryder and Kirshar and Co-Star, and I got to meet, actually met Notch's mom while I was there.
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess the panel was great. was really happy about that.
Yeah, so it's just a generally really good experience.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Will you be going to next year's planned one? Apparently it's in Europe.
It's a little hard to say. I'd love to. That's really far out, though. I don't know. I can't say for sure.
Exactly, yeah.
I'd love to, yeah. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And so when you're back home and you've got all your fans trying to contact you through different ways, what sort of methods do you have to respond to your fans?
Well, so people will write a lot of comments on my videos. I get probably hundreds of comments every day, and that is actually probably not the best way to contact me. Although I do read every single comment that I get.
Yeah.
The reason why that isn't the best is because when I respond to a comment on a YouTube video, it shows up in the uploader comments section, and I generally like that to be important information about the video. So I'm not going to respond to just little quips or whatever. Twitter, I'll probably respond to just about anything. If you send me a message on YouTube, a private message on YouTube, I usually respond. I will often respond to those. Yeah. And I have a Facebook page, and I take that pretty often, and that I will also usually respond to those. Okay. So, just anything but the YouTube comments, unless it's really about the video at hand. Yeah.
Well, all links to Sethblings' Twitter and Facebook will be in the description for you guys to check out, so you can click on those once this interview's done. And I guess it's time for us to really sign off now. Have you got any final words of advice for your fans watching this and for my subscribers as well?
Oh, sure. I get a lot of people saying that, I'm a genius, whatever. It takes a lot of brilliance to do what I do, but I don't really think that's true. I think people think that what I do is really daunting, but if you just experiment and play around with this stuff for yourself, you can learn a lot, and you can do a lot of the stuff that I do on your own. And so I really encourage everyone, if they like what I do, just try and do some of your own stuff, and I think you'll have fun, and you'll learn some stuff. And
well,
so that's my advice.
There you go, guys. Words of wisdom. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you could leave a like or a comment, that'd be absolutely brilliant. And if you like my style and you like these kind of interviews I do, please make sure to leave a subscription. These interviews come out every Sunday. But thank you very much, Sethbling, for being on the show. You've been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for watching.
And all that's really left to say, guys, is thank you very much and goodbye.
Bye.